Hi, my name's Kristen Eagles. My student number is T00698082, and today in this video I'll be showing how to use the ultrasonic scaler as well as the hand instruments, and then how to properly sharpen the instruments and the scaler tip as well.
Okay, so I'm going to be using the ultrasonic scaler just to be getting the calculus off of one of these teeth. So we want to make sure we're using the modified pen grip. We're going to use our pinky to kind of stabilize our hand. And we just want to make sure that we don't have too much water coming out. And we're just going to, we don't want to stay on the tooth too long because it's going to heat up and then that can damage the tooth. So we want to stay about 10 seconds on the tooth itself. So we have that going. And we're going to scrape off that stuff there. It's a little thick, and then once it gets wet, it does get a little sticky. There. And then we can always turn that up as well, just to get it off. So just peeling some of the paint off of the model here, but just want to use the edge and making sure that we're not pressing too hard. And that we're not pressing right against the actual gingiva itself. And we'll clear some of that off. And we can go down. And then once we have the majority of it off, then we can go in with our hand instruments to just kind of clean it up a little bit. All right, so then we can go in with our hand instruments. So we'll be using our universal scaler first. So again, we want to be using the modified pen grip. And we're just going to go along the edge of the gingiva. We can kind of gently kind of scoop underneath, so subgingivally. And we're just going to use that edge to scrape along the tooth and to grab all of that calculus off, just like that. What's nice about the universal is that it has two cutting edges, so we can go in on the other side of the tooth as well, like that, and just get all of that stuff off. There, and it's nice and clean. Alright, and then we have our greasy curette there, so we can do the same thing. So just going gently subgingivally and just pulling down in short little strokes just to get all of that calculus off. And then we have another kind. This one here is just like a sickle. So this one, it's nice and small, so you can get into all of the little grooves of the teeth, which is nice. Just to kind of get the finer details done there. Same thing, so again, just kind of gently going subgingivally and pulling down in those nice short strokes. Alright, so now we're going to be sharpening our instruments. So first we have our Arkansas stone, and we have our rounded stone here. Our lubricant, this is just to help kind of spread the lubricant around. And then the syringe case that we're going to be using for testing our sharpness. So we're just going to put a couple of drops of lubricant onto the stone. There. And then we're just going to spread that around a little bit just to make sure that we get it coated evenly. Okay, so first we're sharpening our scaler tip. So we're going to be holding it at straight up and down, so at 12 o'clock. And then using our stone, we're just going to go along the edge, and we're going to be going up and down, keeping our scaler tip nice and straight there, and kind of going to the tip as well. There. We'll do the other side. There. Just making sure that we're staying nice and straight. And the downstroke. And then we're going to use our other stone here just to get off any burrs, just kind of flicking it along to make sure that we're getting any pieces that are staying on there. All right, so that is for the scalar tip. All right, so next we're going to do our universal curette here. So we're going to be holding it the same way and holding our stone kind of just at an angle there and doing the same motion that we were doing, going to the tip. And then where it has two cutting sides, we're going to kind of go around as well. And then we're going to switch and do the other side, keeping that straight and making sure that we're getting all the way to the tip and ending on our downstroke there. And then using our stone to get rid of any burrs there. All right, so that is the universal curette. And then we have the Gracie curette. So the Gracie, we have our working edge just right in here. So we are going to be holding this at a little bit of a different angle. So we're going to be going a little bit closer, just because the angle is a little bit different on the actual head itself. So rather than having it this way, we're just going to move in a little bit more and kind of go along there all the way to the tip, and making sure that we're ending on that downstroke there, and then just using our there just to make sure that we're getting rid of any burrs. And then we can test the sharpness of all of our instruments, just using like a syringe case here. So we're just going to kind of drag that along and make sure that we get a good bite, which we are with that one. And then with our universal, same thing, getting a good traction. And then with our scalar tip, same thing, we're getting good bites there with that. All right, so next we're going to sharpen our dental elevator. So we're going to use the same equipment here. So we just have some lubricant on the stone there. I'm just going to spread that around. All right, and we have our round stone there as well. So with this one, we're going to keep our stone flat, and we're going to go at about a 45-degree angle. And then we're just going to do a kind of smiley pattern with the instrument there. We want to make sure that we have that bevel facing down on the stone. And we're just going to go back and forth, kind of slightly turning the instrument at the same time there. And then to get rid of any burrs here and to kind of sharpen those sides, we're going to take our round stone and just go kind of along the inside of that there. All right, and then we can test the sharpness with our thing there, and that is nice and sharp and ready to go.